Okay, sir. It is my great honor to warmly welcome you all to APAPA Area Command for this significant media briefing and handover of seized narcotics drugs to the NDLEA and expired unregistered pharmaceutical products to NAFDAC by the CGC. Your presence demonstrates our shared and unyielding commitment to securing Nigeria's border and protecting public health from the scourge of illicit drugs and dangerous pharmaceuticals. At the APAPA Area Command, we remain resolute in driving the Comptroller General of Customs vision of a modern, technology-driven customs that strikes a perfect balance between trade facilitation and aggressive enforcement. Through relentless intelligence-led operations, non-intrusive inspection technology, and robust intelligence collaboration, we are consistently intercepting prohibited and dangerous goods before they endanger our communities. Today's handover sent a clear and strong message that the Nigerian Customs Service will not tolerate the infiltration of illicit drugs and falsified medicines into our nation. We are fully committed to enforcing the law and working seamlessly with our partners to ensure these substances are properly investigated, prosecuted, and destroyed. I commend the NDLEA, NAFDAC, and other sister agencies for their steadfast partnership. Together, we are dismantling criminal networks and strengthening Nigeria's enforcement framework. On behalf of the officers and men of our Area Command, I express our deepest appreciation to the Comptroller General of Customs for his dynamic and transformational leadership and unwavering support. We are deeply grateful for the opportunity to contribute meaningfully to national development through efficient revenue collection, facilitation of legitimate trade, and protection of Nigeria's safety and security. We will remain fully aligned with your vision and policy direction and shall continue to discharge our duties with professionalism, integrity, and total dedication. To our stakeholders and the media, thank you for your continued support and responsive reportage. You remain vital partners in promoting compliance and public awareness. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I now proudly invite the Comptroller General of Customs, Bashir Adewale Adeni, MFRPA, DCSM, FNIPR, to deliver his address. Once again, welcome to APAPA Area Command. Thank you. God bless Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Special privilege of chairing the 147th, 148th sessions of the Council of the World Customs Organization in Brussels. Over a period of 1 week, customs administrations from 187 member countries deliberated on the theme, Customs Protecting the Society Through Vigilance and Commitment. The sessions also provided us the opportunity to engage with critical stakeholders like the International Narcotics Control Board, INCB, and Interpol to deepen international cooperation to advance our societal protection mandate. I'm happy to note that this morning's briefing is indeed a manifestation of some conclusions at the council meeting. It is indeed showcasing the end product of diligent commitments to societal cause, driven and supported by collaboration between and among agencies within and across our national jurisdictions. This event is also coming just some few days after the commemoration of the 2026 International Day Against Drug Abuse and Illicit Trafficking, reaffirming our unwavering commitment to protecting our borders, preserving the health of our citizens, safeguarding the future of our youth, and strengthening national security through intelligence-driven border management. Our briefing this morning specifically relates to 9 seizures recently recorded by the APAPA Area Command following painstaking intelligence gathering, scanning analysis, physical examination, and active collaboration with the national drug law enforcement agencies. And let me quickly go through the seizures. The first is a 40-footer container with number CAAU 7569127, which was found on examination to contain 3,639 parcels of cannabis sativa, Canadian loud, weighing 1,819.5 kilograms, which were concealed alongside 3 imported vehicles and assorted automobile spare parts. We are going to see them later in the course of this briefing. There was another 40-footer container with number HAMU 3246311, which had in it 9,918 sachets of cannabis sativa, weighing approximately 4.95 metric tons, concealed alongside 2 imported vehicles and household items. Other seized items include 1 by 40-footer container, MRKU 3816476, which had in it 1,700 cartons, 170,000 bottles of codeine syrup, concealed with 38 cartons of insulated casserole dishes. There was indeed another container of codeine, number TGBU 5399178, which had 1,698 cartons, and that's about 170,000 bottles of codeine syrup, concealed with 36 cartons of casserole products. You will have noticed that the trend in the smuggling of the codeine syrup and the cannabis, it's about concealment. In terms of expired pharmaceutical products, we also have a 40-footer container with number HASU 4519480, which had 1,300 cartons of products, including tramadol, specifically Timacadol. We had another 140-footer container with registration number MRKU 4961275, which had 1,269 cartons of expired products, including oxytocin injection, Mexclor eye drops, and carbamazepine tablets. We have another consignment of 140-footer container PCIU 8771576, which had expired pharmaceutical products, including assorted chemicals like assorted tablets like cloxylene capsules, cyanamine, vitamins injection, becoline complex B injections, and all of these were intercepted for violation of NAFDAC regulatory requirements. We had another 120-footer container, number MRKU 6964435, which had pecan teaching powder. The last container, a 40-footer container, number TCKU 7000791, had 1,100 packages of Shacold, which is a chlorphleramine melate capsule, which had a fake NAFDAC registration number 046646 and an expiring date front-loaded to December 2028. The seizure is made as a result of intelligence analysis and non-intrusive inspection analysis. This one, at first glance, the consignment appeared very legitimate, particularly because of the expiring date of 2028. However, a detailed verification of the NAFDAC certificate presented by the declarant established that the product is, in fact, not registered with NAFDAC. The use of a fake registration number and supporting documentation clearly indicates a deliberate attempt to smuggle unregistered pharmaceutical products into the Nigerian market, thereby posing serious risk to public health. Consequently, the consignment was seized in accordance with the provision of our law, and it will be handed alongside other similar containers over to NAFDAC for further regulatory action and investigation. Cumulatively, those 9 seizures have a duty paid value of 53,391,140,029 naira only. These seizures represent far more than monetary value. They represent lives that are protected, families that are preserved, communities that are secured, and countless young Nigerians that will be shielded from the devastating consequences of drug abuse and unsafe medicines. Ladies and gentlemen, the importation of expired pharmaceuticals and controlled substances poses a direct threat to public health, while the sophisticated concealment methods adopted by these criminal networks demonstrate their determination to exploit legitimate trade channels for illicit purposes. However, these interceptions equally demonstrate that we possess the intelligence capability, technology capacity, and the readiness to detect, to intercept, and dismantle the criminal enterprises. In accordance with the Nigerian Customs Service Act 2023, narcotic drugs falling within the jurisdiction of NDLEA will today be formally handed over to the agency for further investigation and prosecution. Similarly, expired pharmaceuticals will be transferred to NAFDAC for regulatory action and safe disposal. It is important to note that where prohibited items were concealed alongside those vehicles, automobile spare parts, or other imported goods, only the narcotic drugs and expired pharmaceuticals will be handed over today. Other goods would be in the custody of the service for further processes as provided by the law. I also want to note that as one of the fallouts that we had at the council meeting at the of the WCO last week, Nigeria Customs Service will now take additional measure to reinforce our capacity for investigation and prosecution of offenders. One of the decisions we made in Brussels last week was that we are going to be cooperating with the International Narcotic Council and Interpol for investigation and prosecution of offenders. Our seizures henceforth of products like narcotics and drugs and expired products will now be forwarded to those partners and international agencies for further profiling and for assistance in the prosecution, in the investigation and prosecution of those offenders. I must not fail to commend the Customs Area Controller, APAPA Area Command, whose antecedents you all knew, having been given the opportunity to serve in some various commands before where he had the experience to utilize intelligence, collaboration to get very good results, the like that we are seeing today. I would like to commend the professionalism, vigilance, and unwavering dedication of his officers to duty. I equally appreciate the sustained collaboration between Nigeria Customs Service, NDLEA, NAFDAC, and other sister security agencies whose partnership continues to strengthen our border security architecture. We will continue to deepen collaboration with all relevant government agencies, the private sector, and our international partners to deny criminal organizations the opportunity to exploit our ports and borders. Our resolve is unwavering. Will be pursued, every violation thoroughly investigated, and every offender will be brought to justice in accordance with the law. We remain committed to building a secure trading environment that protects our economy, that safeguards public health, and reinforces national security. And to those who seek to use our ports to traffic illicit drugs, pharmaceuticals, and other prohibited goods, let today's operation send very clear and unmistakable message that Nigeria's ports are no longer safe havens for smugglers and organized criminal networks. Through technology, intelligence, coordinated border management, and the professionalism of our officers, the service is steadily closing the gaps previously exploited by criminal syndicates. We shall continue to intercept, expose, and prosecute all those who threaten our economy, those who compromise public health, or those who undermine the security of our nation. Together with our partner agencies, we remain steadfast in protecting our borders, in facilitating legitimate trade, and preserving the health of our citizens for securing the future of Nigeria. I thank you all. May God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. May God bless Nigeria Customs Service and all our partners. Thank you.
the Nigerian Customs Service, Comptroller General, Sabasha Adewale Adeniyi, PhD, PSC, Member, Federal Republic of Nigeria. Good morning, sir. This is an address by the Chairman Chief Executive Officer of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, Brigadier General Mohammed Buba Marwa, retired CFRO, on the occasion of taking over of seizures by the Comptroller General of Customs to the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency in Lagos. Sir, permit me to continue on the existing protocol. Today marks a landmark moment in the history of the between the Law Enforcement Agency and the Nigerian Customs Service. 6,778.5 kilograms of cannabis indica, popularly known as Canadian loud, out of circulation. Through two major seizures recorded on the 15th, we sent a clear and unequivocal message. We are more determined than ever to dismantle organized criminal syndicates and drug trafficking networks operating within and beyond our borders.
But which is actually used if the product is a good one, it can work to solve when you have cold or cat. But this one is unregistered product, meaning it's fake. You may take and you will get something else. You will get worse. The situation will get worse when it is taken. So that everybody should shine our eyes. We should, even though it has number, but this is fake number. It's very, very, very sad. But everyone has means now on your phone. Check for NAFDAC, for a product that is registered by NAFDAC. All you need to do is go to Play Store and download Green Pages or Green Book. Yes, Green Book, and it's very simple, without any cost, and you will check. You will know if this product or not. But of course, when you say when you get this product somewhere and it's not registered, please alert the government, even through your phone. Just send message that this product is found so place, and trust us that we will go after such a vendor. So thank you very much. Thank you, sir.
Gentlemen, I think what we have demonstrated today is the strength of synergy between us and other agencies of government. You heard from the representative of the chairman, NDLEA, how these consignments, particularly the Canadian loud, has been tracked, working very closely with international partners, how it has been tracked all the way from where it was loaded onto Nigerian ports. This demonstrates that when we work together in environments like this, not just in the ports, in airports, at border stations, there is a lot of strength that lies in this synergy. I want to use this medium to really appreciate the opportunity and the readiness, the willingness of Brigadier General Buba Marwa, retired, and Professor Adeye of NAFDAC, with whom I found it very easy to collaborate, exchange views, intelligence on how we intercept this. What we are going to do now, the next level, is for us to also collaborate further in seeing how we can successfully prosecute those who are bringing this merchandise of evil into Nigeria. We have started. We are on the right track. We have an MOU with each of the agencies. We will activate the relative clauses to ensure in the MOU to ensure that we get this done. And like I said in my briefing, one of the things that we also came up with at our meeting in Brussels, the WCO meeting, is that the international partners, Interpol, INCB, they are also ready to collaborate with us to ensure that we fight decisively the scourge of smuggling of controlled substances, bad products and drugs into our country. Thank you very much.